what do I do with all the EMP that I'm earning from nodes or the boardroom? And so this plays into what we like to call the infinite money loop. And that is this strategy that I'm about to outline is really the best way not only to profit yourself in the ecosystem, but also the best way to keep our ecosystem as healthy as possible. So um, the number one thing that you want to do when entering into EMP is go into our EMP LP farms. So the EMP LP farm needs to be your number one holding. Again, this is not financial advice. This is all just a breakdown of how the best strategy within our ecosystem. So say you had $1,000, you need to allocate a minimum of 80% of that, so it'd be 800 bucks, into EMP ETH LP. And what that does is it will not only add to our overall liquidity of the platform, but it also allows you to earn e-shares in our farm. And so if you are a very, very passive investor and don't want to, check things day to day, then you can put that LP into one of our auto vaults where it will automatically take profit in your e-share and put that back into your EMP ETH LP, which is essentially accumulating you Ethereum for free. It's essentially an ETH miner if you go into the auto vaults, but um, that's a little more hands off. And the returns are really good, but they're not as good as the infinite money loop. So, back to again, the main strategy is starting with that EMP ETH LP, and then you're starting to earn E shares in our farms. What you would do is you would sell that E share for Ethereum, and then you would pair it up with whatever EMP you're earning from the nodes that you own or from the boardroom that you own. And by doing this, the ratio is meant to be that whatever your EMP you're emitting from the boardroom or from nodes matches up with the dollar value of how much e-share you're producing. So now you can again sell the e-share from your farm, you buy ETH with it, and then you create an LP token with the EMP that you've earned and that ETH that you've just bought through eShare, and now you make more LP tokens that way. And what this does is it not only allows you to accumulate more Ethereum through the EMP ETH LP, um, but it also allows you to essentially farm at half price because you're not having to buy the EMP. You're earning the EMP, and really, if you're earning the eShare as well, theoretically, you're earning for free. But again, that the eShare profit is profit that would be yours anyway. So that's why we say half price. But it really is incredible. And so by doing this, you can continually have this positive feedback loop of stacking your EMP ETH LPs and making more eShare and then repeating the process over and over again. And when you don't have enough EMP, then you put a little bit of eShare into the boardroom when we're above peg to keep earning EMP, or again, use some of the profits from eShare to buy some nodes to pair up that EMP. The nodes are essentially a similar version of the boardroom, that is another way to look at it. But you can earn much more EMP in the boardroom when we're above peg. So there is, again, pros and cons to every part of the ecosystem, but it's really important that you learn how all of that works. And if you can have the light bulb moment where you truly understand that infinite money loop, it can be a massive, massive way to accumulate Ethereum forever. I mean, and that's hopefully what we're going to accomplish here at EMP through the sustainable yield models. And so if you have a lot of EMP that you have and you're like, man, I have all this EMP, what do I do with it? I know it's bad to sell it. So that means that you have way too much e-shares in the boardroom. It's better to sell some of those e-shares, especially when we're on a pump for e-share, and then use that to go into more EMP ETH LP, because then again you will up your e-share emissions and be able to sell that for having the EMP produced in the boardroom at a much healthier ratio. The worst thing you can do is sell EMP for more eShares. So we're seeing a lot of that happen recently. Again, people get really excited about the APRs in the boardroom. They get super duper hyped on eShare. They think eShare, you know, is the best play because of those APRs. But the higher above peg we are, the more money we'll make. And that is why, again, we just want to keep reiterating that selling EMP is not the ideal way to take profit in the ecosystem. So back to my point on selling EMP for eShares. When you do that, you're essentially locking yourself into the eShare, and the only way to take profit on eShare is to sell that eShare. So it's really not a good scenario, especially when eShare starts to go down. So now you're selling, an asset for a very volatile asset, and you really can wreck yourself really fast. So again, selling EMP hurts the price of eShare to begin with. Now you're buying EMP, you're buying eShare with that EMP, and then immediately reducing its value. So it just makes no sense to sell EMP to buy eShare. By selling EMP, you're devaluing eShare. So why would you do that? Why would you buy an asset and then have that asset go down in value immediately?